Welcome back to the Change Dude podcast, where we dive deep into the world of tech, growth, and transformation. I am your host, Said Rafe, and today we are going to talk about something every developer, project manager, and tech enthusiast should understand: Agile. Specifically, what it means for developers and how it shapes successful projects. Agile is a term that gets thrown around a lot, but today we will cut through the noise and discuss what Agile truly is, its principles, and most importantly, how embracing Agile can make you a better developer and team player. If you are new to Agile, or even if you have been working with it for years, this episode will give you insights on how to work more effectively, stay flexible, and deliver better results. And make sure to stick around until the end, because next week we are diving deeper into one of Agile's most popular framework, Scrum. So stay tuned. Let's get into Agile. To begin, let's define Agile in the simplest terms. Agile is a mindset, a philosophy, if you will, that emphasizes adaptability, collaboration, and customer satisfaction. It's a response to the old, rigid ways of software development where projects would take months or even years to complete, often resulting in a product that was outdated by the time it was delivered. Agile flips that on its head. Instead of waiting months to deliver something fully baked, Agile emphasizes delivering small, workable parts of a product in short cycles. These cycles are called iterations or sprints, and each one delivers a portion of the project that provides value to the customer. By doing this, teams can gather feedback and make adjustments quickly, keeping the project aligned with changing requirements and customer needs. But let's not just talk about what Agile isn't. Let's dive into what Agile is. Agile is built on 12 key principles that guide teams to create better software and products. Here are some highlights. Customer satisfaction is the highest priority. Agile seeks to deliver valuable software early and continuously, welcoming changing requirements even late in development. Agile processes harness change for the customer's competitive advantage. Frequent delivery of working software with shorter timescales, typically from a couple of weeks to a couple of months. Collaboration between business and development teams is critical. There is no wall between the two. Both sides communicate daily. Simplicity, focusing on the work that matters. Now, these are just a few of the principles, but I want to stop here to emphasize one thing. Agile is about creating value through collaboration, adaptability, and a commitment to continuous improvement. These aren't just buzzwords, they are the backbone of successful Agile teams. Alright, let's dive into how Agile specifically impacts developers like you and me. I'll say this, for developers, Agile is a game changer. But it can also be a challenge. Why? Because developers, especially those who have come up through the ranks with more traditional waterfall-style project management, are used to thinking about software as this linear step-by-step process. First you design, then you build, then you test, and then you deploy. Sounds simple, right? But in the real world, requirements change. The customer sees a demo and wants a different feature. Maybe the design isn't working like we thought it would. In a waterfall approach, this can cause chaos. In Agile, it's expected. The ability to pivot and make these changes isn't just a feature of Agile. It's the whole point. For developers, this means a couple of key things. Constant feedback loops. You are not building something in isolation for 6 months. You are getting regular feedback, maybe every 2 weeks, depending on your sprint length. This gives you the chance to improve and refine your work continuously. Smaller, manageable tasks. Instead of being overwhelmed by a giant project, Agile breaks things down into bite-sized pieces. Each sprint focuses on small, achievable goals. Collaboration with the team. Agile thrives on teamwork. As a developer, you are not just working with other developers, you are interacting with designers, product owners, and customers, getting their input and working together to create the best possible solution. Ownership and accountability. Agile places a lot of responsibility on the team. You are not waiting for a manager to tell you what to do next. The team is self-organizing, and developers have a say in what they will be working on and how. I remember when I first encountered Agile, it was a bit of a shock to the system. At first, I felt like I was being pulled into too many directions, getting feedback constantly, having to collaborate more closely than ever before, and being expected to adapt to changes on the fly. But once I embraced it, once I really got the hang of these quick iterations and daily check-ins, it completely changed the way I work. It allowed me to create better products faster and with far fewer headaches. Agile forces you to stay sharp, to keep moving forward, to never settle down. Now let's talk about the impact Agile has on projects. When Agile is done right, it can mean the difference between a project that drags on for months with scope creep and budget overages, and a project that hits its targets, adapts to changes, and delivers something that customers love. Here is how Agile shapes a successful project. Number 1, clear focus on value. In Agile, you are always asking, what's the most valuable thing we can deliver to the customer right now? This keeps the project on track and ensures that you are building what the customer actually needs, not what was written in a requirements document 6 months ago. Number 2, prioritization and flexibility. Agile projects allow for constant reprioritization. If something comes up that's more important than what you were working on, you can shift gears without derailing the entire project. This flexibility is key to staying competitive in today's fast-paced tech landscape. Number 3, continuous improvement. Agile has this concept for the retrospective, where teams regularly reflect on what went well, what didn't, and how they can improve. This cycle of continuous learning keeps teams from making the same mistakes and helps them grow stronger over time. Number 4, stakeholder involvement. One of Agile's greatest strengths is its emphasis on collaboration, not just within the team, but with stakeholders as well. Frequent demos and check-ins mean that stakeholders are part of the process, which reduces surprises and ensures alignment. Number 5, risk management. In traditional models, risks often don't become apparent until later stages, when they are more expensive to fix. Agile, with its short iterations and regular reviews, helps to identify and mitigate risks early on, saving both time and money. I have personally seen projects go from chaos to clarity by implementing Agile principles. In one case, a client was struggling with a product that was constantly changing its requirements. The old approach was causing frustration for both the developers and the client. But when we shifted to Agile, it allowed us to get feedback quickly and make adjustments in real time. By the end of the project, we had a product that not only met the client's needs, but exceeded their expectations. Now, it wouldn't be fair to talk about Agile without mentioning some of the pitfalls. Agile isn't a silver bullet. It has challenges, especially when teams don't fully understand or implement it correctly. Some common pitfalls include not really being agile. Teams will say they are agile because they have daily stand-ups and use post-it notes on a board, but agile is more than just these rituals. It's about having a flexible mindset and continuously improving. Then, poor communication. Agile thrives on communication, and if your team isn't good at communicating, Agile can actually make things worse. The key is to be open, transparent, and willing to give and receive feedback. Then, misunderstanding velocity. Sometimes teams get too caught up in trying to increase their velocity or how fast they can complete tasks. But Agile isn't about going fast for the sake of speed. It's about delivering value in a sustainable way. Last but not the least, overloading the team. In Agile, it is easy to fall into the trap of trying to do too much too soon. Teams should focus on realistic, achievable goals within each sprint and resist the urge to overcommit. Avoiding these pitfalls requires a true commitment to the Agile principles. It's not enough to go through the motions. You have to embrace the mindset. To wrap up today's episode, Agile is more than just a methodology. It's a way of thinking, working, and delivering value that's changed the way the tech industry operates. For developers, it provides structure without being restrictive, and it gives us the flexibility to build products that actually solve customer problems. Next week, we are diving deeper into a specific Agile framework that's become a buzzword in the tech world, Scrum. Episode 12 will be all about understanding Scrum beyond the basics. We'll talk about how Scrum can take your Agile game to the next level by providing a structured yet flexible approach to project management. If you're curious about how to run or participate in Scrum sprints effectively, don't miss it. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, share it with your fellow developers. Let's continue this journey of growth and change together. Until next time, keep pushing boundaries and embracing the change. This is your host, Saeed Rafe, signing off.